Up a ramp, into the shop front, into the shop, glass everywhere.
Well, that wasn't the end of Mario's misdemeanors. 8 years later, he became a milkman. A wise choice, you might think. How could he go wrong in a 5-mile-an-hour milk float? Unfortunately, Mario went very wrong.
One day last June, I came into work and one of my colleagues was off sick and they wanted me to cover this new route, which was unfamiliar to me. So I got loaded up and I had to look at the map to find out where I was going.
Not well enough, however, as he was about to discover. When Mario got to this North London traffic circle, he needed the A406 straight ahead. But despite the signs, he turned happily and ever so slowly left onto the M1.
I was very nervous and I was very scared because I knew, for one, it's illegal to take an electric powered vehicle onto the motorway, and two, it's extremely dangerous. I was concentrating to a degree, but then it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been up for 3 hours. You know, you're trying to work out a route that you're going to, so my mind's like on about 10 different other things. And it's not easy, you know, people think, you know, milkmans are easy, just go out and deliver milk and that's it, but it's not easy, you know, they've got to collect money and they've got to work out their rounds. You know, you've got like something like 500 to 600 customers that you've got to...
So Mario went up the M1 on-ramp. There was no turning back, and he joined the highway in his battery-powered milk float.
You're going 5 miles an hour and there's cars that are whizzing past at 70, 80 miles an hour. A lot of them are beeping me and flashing me as well. It's quite hell-raising, and I must admit, I mean, I don't get scared for a lot of things, but I did get a little bit scared, I must admit. And don't forget, I had 500 bottles of milk on me with me as well, which is, especially when lorries go past you and the thing rocks.
Mario claims he couldn't find an emergency phone. So instead of pulling over and waiting to be rescued, he came up with the brilliant plan of driving 5 miles up the highway to the first exit, Scratchwood Servicing. But he began to cause a stir. Overhead, Capital Radio's Flying Eye was broadcasting his stupidity to the whole of London.
It's absolutely so stupid. This is what's happening. The M1 northbound, between junctions 1 and junction 2, some twit in a milk float, yes, a milk float, is travelling up the M1, causing the most enormous queue. And the good news is, Mr. Milk Float driver, twit person, the police are on their way. They're going to give you such a smack, verbally, of course.
The police did have words with Mario. After an hour of painfully slow highway driving, he was found just yards from Scratchwood Services.
First thing I said, look, I apologise, I know that I've done wrong, and they explained to me that it was illegal for me to be on the motorway with the electric powered vehicle. But they saw the funny side and took sympathy on me. We had a cup of coffee, and also I supplied the milk for him.
And they escorted him off the highway. He was later fined $50 and given 3 points. In the meantime, he continued his round. He didn't get back to the depot till dusk.
My boss came over to me and I told him exactly what happened. And he did say to me it was quite a common mistake. But,
common mistake?
Well, you know, it's, all right, he said it was a mistake, you know. These things happen, you know, everyone makes mistakes. But he saw the funny side and he didn't sack me.